So welcome to day 6 on the van. The primer's dried from yesterday. You can see it's dried this lovely kind of brown burnt colour. There's a few more bits that need buffed up and redone. Like there's still a bit of a crack here, so we'll need to give that a bit more attention. And I'm excited to see how the fiberglass from yesterday's turned out. Hopefully the doors aren't stuck together. Good start. Yes. So that's dried nice and firm. That's certainly a lot better than it was. So we need to remove all these flaky bits, sand it down, and give it a bit of primer down the bottom here. Much better.
So we've buffed up some more of the van, found a few more little rust spots in the bodywork. It was all just little bits, but we want to get rid of them now rather than let them become a problem. So we've got some more filler primer. We're going to go around and spray up all these rust spots. Always test your can beforehand, in case it sprays funny. I like to have this thing as well to protect bits I don't want to paint at all. So while we might not be making the best job of this, it doesn't need to be the best job, we just need to make it functional and not rust. And in a lot of senses, if it does look rough and a bit messy, then well, no one's going to rob a messy, ugly looking van rather than a lovely, pristine one. So. This is a really tricky spot, but we need to protect these bits as well, otherwise we get the edge of the metal rotting away.
You'll
I'll
need
get the ladder for the high up stuff.
Just about to say you'll need the ladder.
I'll come back to it. Or should I do that now?
Do it now, we'll work our way around. Otherwise we might forget where we've left it.
The van was originally white, and the people that owned it before sprayed it yellow. I tried to phone up the people that owned it before and ask, what's the colour of yellow you used? And they just said, I don't know. Oh, that's a bit much paint. I'll leave that, I'll not paint too much. So we found a rust patch just down here. And here. Come back. Found a tiny little bit of rust here. You could absolutely say, don't worry about that, but at the same time, it would become a problem one day, so I'm not taking the whole bumper off to deal with it. But I don't need to. Filed it down. There's the exact same kind of spot right here.
It always happens on a Sunday. All the rich people get their planes out to fly over.
Yeah, there's no actual airports around here for quite a while, so anyone flying around is either the RAF or someone that actually owns a plane.
There's small airports, like not commercial.
Well, the small airport's not...
They're just runways.
Yeah, they're just runways. They're like old RAF bases from World War II. Taking the ladder for that bit. Be right back. This is a filler stuff that you just spread over here to make a nice smooth finish. We're going to put it over the fiberglass bits and some other parts on the bodywork that look a bit kind of like a crater.
Yeah.
And
this fills in all the wee gaps. So this is looking pretty good, I would say.
Yeah.
Bit rough.
But I'm happy with how it's turning out. It's not
certainly better
it's not
than
a
it
jagged
was.
hole in the wall. It looks like a door.
Yeah.
So I'm quite happy with how it's turning out.
Good stuff.
So, to mix this stuff up, I have read that you're meant to combine a golf ball size lump of this part to a pea size lump of this stuff, the hardener. I have also seen people on YouTube, YouTube University, saying that you should get a piece of parchment paper or greaseproof paper and just stretch it over something.
You've got it over an old piece of cardboard.
Yeah. So this stuff supposedly dries by becoming warm, like chemically warm. Warm's the same thing. The chemicals make
Exothermic, I think is the word.
Thanks for the word. I was trying to get exothermic.
Yeah.
Couldn't get the word exothermic. Yeah, it becomes exothermic to solidify. So if you spread it out, it can't get warm quite as easily. I'm going to take a guess. It's very hand wavy to get the mix right. So now you just have to try and slowly combine it until it's all the same colour. I say slowly. You want to try and not introduce bubbles into it. And of course keep it spread out, because that will keep it not solid.
Which sounds counterintuitive.
It really does. It really does. I'm still questioning myself over it, but
Yeah,
I'm like,
but
no, that's definitely what
No,
the...
if that's what the instructions say.
Yeah, that's definitely what I've seen on many a YouTube video. No links in description. I'm not referencing this.
It's either going to work or it's not.
And we'll find out. Yeah, I could have easily just not put enough hardener in this.
I don't know, like when I did the bathtub, that was about the...
That's a different story.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the bathtub is still
It's
functioning.
still a bathtub.
That was several years ago. It's holding water, so...
Yes. Gonna leave that there. Backup scraper.
Why don't you start with the inside door bits first in case it goes horribly wrong?
That's a good call. So, fiberglass.
Just going to gently, don't put too much on in one go, you'll end up with a big blob.
A big bob.
A big blob. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Now don't you be hardening the masking tape in place there.
I'm going to try to be really careful with it.
Otherwise the masking tape will be preserved.
For future generations.
Yeah. Somebody will come to take the door apart in like 50 years time, they'll be like, oh,
What
this
is
is
this?
really interesting the way they did this. They seem to have layered masking tape under the hardener.
I wonder what the purpose of this was. No, I think they'll just recognise that we were absolute nutters. These people had no idea what they were doing. What amateurs. Certainly filled in. We'll tidy that up later.
Why don't you tidy it up now?
Because we need sandpaper and for it to be hard.
Oh. How long does it take for it to get hard?
Yeah, what are you asking here? The tin said about 15 minutes.
Oh, that's good. That's the kind of time scale I like. None of this waiting 24 hours nonsense. "15 minutes, I can't believe that. I'm gonna have to see that to believe that. Okay, this is getting a bit boring now. I'll cut scene. So much nicer than the bubbly rust aesthetic that we had going on before.
Rustic.
Yeah. Is that where the term rustic comes from?
Rusty crab.
Yeah. Oh, it's looking lovely.
I love it.
I love it. It's like a cloud on a summer's day.
It's great. So good. I think I need to mix up some more. We have a third type of filler. It's for these tiny little bubbly bits, because I'm just having a hard time with this. I'm trying to be generous with the body filler.
You're so generous.
Right, thank you.
That, you can see that bit still. That's good. You got to be more generous.
It's just very much on show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold that up high.
Up there!
Because I know for a fact every morning when I wake up I'm going to be staring up there going, you know what? I wish we'd have spent more time filling in these holes.
I don't think I will, but I'm doing it just for you.
Thank you. Yeah, it looks like somebody shot that. It's like a bullet hole.
I like to hope that it's just reversed into something spiky.
That's probably more likely.
Likely something spiky. Likely spiky. Does that look good? Does that look covered up?
It looks gorgeous.
I thought so, but I didn't want to just claim that for myself.
I think we're almost ready for van beauty contest. Yeah, very good. So we've finished the big boy fillers dried, and we've taken some sandpaper to it and sanded that down as smooth as possible. And now, Scott, what are you doing?
I'm now using something called knifing putty. It's a third kind of filler that's much smoother than the other things we've used. We put it on after the big boy filler to smooth out the finish, and we'll sand this down. We should get a really nice looking smooth door ready to paint.
Yeah.
It looks like a mess now, but when you paint
It does. It looks pretty horrendous, but we'll see soon enough if it pays off or not.
I promise it'll look pretty decent when we paint it.
The knifing putty creates a nice smoothed kind of feathered edge. An issue we found with the big boy filler is, so for the little holes, so where we've kind of fiberglassed here, there were lots of deep holes. It went on really nicely there and took quite a bit of effort, but sanded down really well. But for example, over on this door here, where we had this big patch of rust and other rusty patches, because they were so big and shallow, the big boy putty kind of created quite a rough edge, so when you went to sand the whole thing fell off. So we've had to redo that in a few places and use the knifing putty to help with the edging there. So yeah, not looking great just now, but hopefully in time it'll come right.